We've decided that it's nice before it's going to storm today, so I'm going on my first ride with Tanner today. We'll see how it goes. We're here at the Aiken Regional Airport for my first ride with this guy as an official pilot, but my first ride anyways, even if he wasn't.
I promised Tanner that once he officially became a pilot, I'd get in a plane with him. So here we are, 4 days after his checkout flight. Luckily, we'll be flying in the same plane he's used throughout his instruction.
Going through the checklist, babe?
Before the flight, Tanner used the pre-flight checklist to ensure the plane was safe for us to fly and called up the fuel truck to fill us up before we take off.
And now we got the plane moving. Tanner's dragging it out. Oh, look at him run backwards. How cute. Oh, he's got a little hill.
And now the time has come for me to board the plane.
Oh, there's my turn.
There.
Step on that. Hold this. Step on that. Oh. Okay.
Here's your seatbelt.
Oh, okay.
It's like a regular seatbelt. I don't have one that I can hold up and show you.
Oh, you're not gonna do the like flighty thing with me?
Alright. Clear!
Before we taxi to the runway, Tanner is going to go through a few more checklist items while I prop open the door to get a little airflow into the plane. We're also using this time to test out our mics and headsets to make sure we can hear each other and talk to each other during the flight.
So that's how you know the runways. When they say 25, that means 190.
And now Tanner is going through the last of the checklist items before we take off. Tanner started his pilot's license journey in February, and 3 months later, here we are, flying in the sky together, checking out all the spots around Aiken from a bird's eye view. Spotting his dad mowing the grass from 2,500 feet up was the highlight of our flight. While Tanner focuses on flying the plane and operating all of the instruments that I'm sure I'll get very familiar with over time, my job as his co-pilot is to make sure we don't fly into any of the airspace circles on the navigation map, and to also keep an eye out for any other flying objects as we cruise along. We are entering back into the Aiken Airspace Circle, and Tanner is pulling out his handy dandy checklist to go through everything he needs before lining us up with the runway so we can make our grand finale landing for the day. And here we come, rounding out to square up with the runway. I am a little bit nervous as this is the part he would come home and say he needed the most practice with during his flight instruction. Let's see how he does with me in the plane for the first time. As you can tell by my facial expressions, I was overjoyed and very proud of Tanner and the smooth landing that we had. Now he's finishing up some checklist items while I do my co-pilot duties of pointing out the first and only plane we saw while we were flying today. Now we're taxiing back to the hangar and finishing up the final checklist items before we call it a day.
Woohoo! Got both feet on the ground again. We made it safely. My first ride with Tanner was a success. I'm excited for more in our own plane. It'll be so much fun.
Overall, I would say that my first flight with the new pilot exceeded my expectations. The takeoff and landing were both smooth and easy, and the weather conditions couldn't have been more perfect. 10 out of 10, but I might be a little biased. Thanks for flying with us. Until next time.